Hey, ever wondered how you can study abroad on a budget through an agency with visa application for free? I've got news for you. Sable International, S-A-B-L-E, Sable International has access to over 300 institutions in Canada, UK, Ireland, Spain, France, Switzerland, and a lot of countries. And they offer free applications and free visa processing services. Reach out to Sable International today to make inquiries and start your application for free. You can call them on this number, 0818-580-4002, or visit their website, www.sableinternational.com. Sable, that is S-A-B-L-E, Sable International. Thank me later. Let's hop right into today's episode.
The first time I tested it, I nearly bite my fingers. Tell the beauty from my own lens. It was destiny.
Let's talk Africa, the Africanness of Africa, the beauty, its people, our peculiarities. This is Unzipped Stories. I am DS Bello.
In this day and age, everyone seems to share their experience online. Whether doctors, dermatologists, and stay-at-home moms, people are connecting with their audiences, sharing how it feels doing what they do, and giving advice. People documenting their experience studying abroad is one of the things that caught my attention, but I noticed that most of the content is about studying in the UK, US, or Asian countries like South Korea and Japan. I wanted to shed light on African students studying in other African countries. This is not something new, as when I was at uni, we had many students come from Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Madagascar, and other African countries. But I never really had the chance to ask them about their personal experience. Until I came across Desmond, a Ghanaian student who studies electric engineering in the city of Oran, a YouTuber and our guest for today's episode. What intrigued me about his channel is that he shares his everyday life in Algeria, Algerian people and culture, and I wanted to have a deeper conversation with him and get the full picture, the sweet, the sour, and all that comes in between. Now let's get started. First off, welcome Desmond. I'm very pleased to have you as a guest. And the first thing I want to know is, how did you end up in Algeria? What made you choose Algeria as your destination for studying abroad? Was it your first choice? Was it given to you? And how was your family's reaction to it?
One of the things that made me to choose Algeria was I would say it was destiny. Let me put it in that way. Because Algeria wasn't part of my plan when I was planning to study abroad. So back in Ghana, it's like you when you finish your second cycle school and you perform well, it's like you're given opportunities, outside your country. And actually, the funny part is I had Hungary, I had Russia, and I had India. That was the countries that was in my list. And I didn't get any of them. Can you imagine? So Algeria and Morocco was my two options. So I had to choose between these two countries. But I realized that Algeria is one of the countries that speaks, like, I can say they speak many languages, Arabic, French, and I'm someone who loves to learn. So I was like, okay, let me choose Algeria. Yeah, so that was it. And my mom, my family they were okay, because they also was at the fact that I'm going to a different environment and I'm going to learn a new thing, I first landed in Algeria. Actually, I was surprised, and it was my first time boarding a flight from my country. Oh yeah. Can you imagine the feelings? It was nostalgia, right? But I felt like it was amazing, it was a mixed feelings. You get it. And I was so happy.
obviously, researching the location you're visiting is essential to many. Did you make your own research, and what did you find?
I did a lot of research about Algeria, actually. When I was given this country, Algeria, to come and study, I started the very first day that I was given, I started doing my research about this country. So I started going to the internet, asking a little bit about Algeria. And one surprising thing I read about Algeria was a very, very bad thing, It wasn't depicted very good on the internet that Algeria is a country that involves in these crimes and a whole lot of stuff. Just that the positive was small, you get it. And actually, I was a little bit frightened with the fact that it's a Muslim country. And people have the notion that if a country is a Muslim country, this kind of fights, wars, and these things are common, stealing people and this. So actually, I had that in mind, when I saw those things, yes.
How did you feel during the first few months of being away from your home country, Ghana? Because homesickness is obviously going to hit at one point.
My first few months in Algeria was hectic because I didn't know anybody and I didn't know any place, even the food. It was hard for me to adjust. So I had to go by the flow, what is found in the streets, more especially. Algeria is noted for street pizza, pizza is common in Algeria street. But so since pizza was something common, I had to adjust myself to that, So I started vibing with the pizza, eating it a lot. And my expectation, I was like, I'm coming to, this heaven. But when I got here, I was a little bit disappointed. But on the other way around, I was also happy because landing in a country where I'm come to start my new life was a big deal for me.
How has your experience been so far as a foreign student in Algeria? Were there any funny moments, memories that stood out during the first days or the first year?
My experience in Algeria, I have a lot of experience in Algeria. Let me put it that way. Counting my third year in Algeria, I've had a lot of experiences. I quite remember when I first went into class, for the first time, and there was this professor that was teaching, and this professor was just mixing French and Arabic, and at some points, he'll say, Huya. I was like, what's Huya? I don't know. When you say Huya, it means brother. You get it? So at some point, you use Anissa. Anissa is like madam. So it was a good thing. Hearing Arabic from Algerians for the first time, especially in class, was kind of a deal for me. I wasn't prepared for it, but I had to adjust myself. It wasn't easy. And it got to a point I have to go to town to buy things myself, to market, to do things myself. And I remember I bought a taxi. And when I was in the taxi, this taxi driver was asking me questions like, "Vous êtes d'où?" And at that time, my French was 2 by 2. I didn't even understand a whole lot of French. So I didn't really know what to say. Do? I had to sit there, ponder it, be like, what is this guy say? And one thing about Algerians is that they are curious to know where you are from. I give that to them. So that was it. Where are you from? I was like, I'm from Ghana, It was kind of, you have a little bit of conversation, he talked, he said he loves Ghana. Ghana is a famous country and they are noted for football, actually, yeah.
Sometimes we visit a place where the people, culture, and traditions are either completely opposite or similar to ours. Did you find any similarities between Algeria and Ghana?
I can say it's similar between Ghana and Algeria is their hospitality. Algerians are open. If they see you for the first time, they are curious to know where is this guy from actually? Where are you from? So don't be surprised when you come here and you are being asked questions, even on the street. And one thing that is also different from these two countries is their language. Because Algeria is noted for speaking a lot of Arabic, but in Ghana, it's mostly English and some native languages. So yeah. And the language barrier, oh my God. Yarabi means oh my God actually in Arabic. Yeah, in Nigerian Arabic actually. So it's a deal breaker actually. If you are in Nigeria and then you don't speak French or you don't try to speak French, you'll find it hard to connect with the people. It's kind of something, serious. And I don't know, I can speak one of my two friends to you, je parle un peu français, mais j'essaie toujours, mais c'est ça. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not that good in French, but I try myself so that I will be able to communicate with the people, because I believe if you speak to a man in his own language, you speak to his heart.
Now let's talk challenges. Did you find any challenges as a foreign student in Algeria, and how did you overcome them?
There's a lot of challenges here in Algeria. Let me put it in that way. Being foreign in Algeria here, you have to be ready to receive everything, because number one, let me put it out, there's racism in Algeria, and I'm not saying that it's just in Algeria, it's everywhere in the world, right? So me leaving my country to come in this place and seeing that high level of discrimination, sometimes people call you names even in the streets, you are being discriminated even in public, people like seeing you, but I don't see that as a big thing, because I see that racism is around the world. But if you understand it, if you cope with it, with time, the people will get to understand you, because at some point they do not understand. So it's the opportunity for you to open yourself and embrace it, and then teach them that, oh, we are not like this, I'm not like that, I'm a good person and I'm here for love. Another challenge is I'm a student and I study here, and then there's something that we call dégoûté, right? If you are here and you find yourself in a situation whereby you move from school to your residence, from your residence to the market to shop, from the market to the house to the residence, which is the house to school. So it's like you're having something like a triangle, So if you don't create yourself some sort of environment that you can be able to happy yourself, you're going to be bored all the time. Yeah, so that is one of the challenges in Algeria actually. And one thing I would say is that it's good that you be open to the Algerians, because they are really a big deal. Like you can just open to them, and then they'll be willing to help you in every situation.
What are some of your favorite destinations in Algeria that you have visited, and what places do you wish to see in the near future?
Actually, Algeria has amazing places. I wouldn't lie. It's one of the things that I always say in my videos, that Algeria has most of the beautiful places. And my favorite place in Algeria, I don't have a favorite, but I'll say there are a lot. But my first and foremost is Skikda. Oh my God. I love this place. I love their water bodies. One of the places in Algeria that I've not visited yet is Tiaret, the Sahara Desert. And actually, let me be honest, if I don't visit these places in Algeria, I don't think I'm going to leave Algeria, because seeing these places in the internet, I don't believe these things. I always say that, no, I have to go and see this myself, so that when I am saying to someone, I'll get something to say, right? So the Sahara Desert and Tiaret are some of the places that I wish to visit.
We can't talk about traveling and the joy of exploring different cultures without talking about food. What Algerian traditional and street food are you most fond of?
Algerian traditional and street food. Now, look, Algerians have this traditional food which is called couscous. Couscous is one of the common and amazing food that when you come here, I would advise you should try it. Actually, I can say 90% of Algerians can cook this food. The first time I tested it, I nearly bite my fingers. Actually, it was amazing actually. Yeah, and one of their food is called karantika. It's mostly found in the streets of Algeria, and you can find it everywhere. So now, karantika and couscous, these two food, you should really try them when you come.
can you tell us about your YouTube channel? What made you decide to create a channel and make content about Algeria in particular?
This is little thing about my channel. A lot of people on my channel tell me that, Desmond, why are you making these videos in Algeria? And why are you so in love with Algeria? Why did you create this channel? Let me tell you the little motive about my channel. You know, when I was coming to Algeria, what I read on the internet was a little bit of lies. And when I came, the thing that I saw wasn't the same. So this encouraged me, this pushed me to travel in Algeria, tell the beauty from my own lens, from my own opinion to the people outside. Because we as Africans, one thing I've realized is that we don't tell our own story. And Africa is full of rich history. So if you don't do it, like, who is going to do for it? So this is all about my channel. I talk about the positive things that I see about Algeria. I talk about the beautiful things that I see in Algeria, the people, the culture, their food, a whole lot of things. That is how my channel came about and what I talk about in my channel. And I also talk about the opportunities in Algeria, being an African in another African country. So it's more or less that if you are on my channel, you are open to many things, not just learning about Algeria, but also getting the opportunity to learn a lot of things about Algeria.
And when did you start your YouTube channel? How was, the beginning?
2020, somewhere January, yes. And I actually didn't want to start in the first place because I had nothing. I had no camera, like I had zero equipment. But I was like, no, I have this feeling that I should start with what I have, because success or progress with little by little, I can get somewhere. So I actually started with my phone, which is Samsung A2 Core. And that phone had a very, very poor quality. And if you go to my channel, just type Official Des TV, first video, you see that video and it has a very poor quality. But with time, I think I'm getting better. Yeah, shuya. When you say shuya, it means small in Algerian dialect. Yeah, actually, I'm teaching you something today, right?
Is there something particular you admire about the Algerian culture and its people?
What I do admire most about Algerian culture is their food, one, and two, their dance. It's amazing. Actually, it's amazing. Their dance and their food. You just try my channel and you're going to see amazing things on my channel. And in Algeria, we have the people that we call the Kabyles. They are located in one of the cities called Tizi Ouzou, Béjaïa. It's one of the amazing places in Algeria. It is full of beaches, amazing people who are open to different languages like English. So when you are in Algeria, it's not just being in one city, but if you have explored to this city, which is called Béjaïa and Tizi Ouzou, you get a chance to speak with people who are Algerians, but they still speak English and they are open to people like that.
Now I'm eager to know your answer to the following question. Do you consider Algeria your second home?
I would consider Algeria as my second home because I have a mad love for Algeria, like mad love for Algeria. It's not a doubt. I'll not even think twice saying this because Algeria is my second home, because it has given me the opportunity, the environment to learn new things, to know how people actually live, to learn different culture, and even to friend a lot of Algerians. So Algeria is my second home, no doubt. We are all Africans, and it ought for us to come together and build one Africa. Thank you so much. It's always good energy everywhere.
Desmond's experience teaches us that there is a lot of misinformation online about us Africans and our countries, and that is why sharing our own narrative is a crucial responsibility of ours. If Desmond has not decided to give it a chance and not listen to the negative information he came across online, he would not be where he is now. So always make research and give things a second chance until you get the full picture. Thank you everyone for staying till the end. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I for sure did. And please tell us, do you have a similar experience but with a different African country? Did Desmond's experience spark an interest in you to explore Algeria maybe? Whatever thoughts you may have, share them with us as a voice message or as a text message, whatever makes you comfortable. Wish you a beautiful week full of peace. Take care.
This is Unzipped Stories. I am DS Bello.